Hey guys, it's Friday, January 30th, couple of days here before the Super Bowl. Didn't really follow football this year, but I'm still going to watch it. Got the day off from work, so. First up, I'm going to show you something cool I got from Woot a couple of months ago. This is called the Beginning shirt. Wooden sword, some rupees, the bomb right here, a potion, life potion, and some heart containers. Clearly a fan-made shirt as a nod to Zelda, and they obviously, for legal purposes, couldn't call it Zelda the Beginning shirt, but we know what it is. Excuse me. First off, Best Buy is blowing out the last-gen games, which last-gen is now Xbox 360 and PS3. So, with my Gamers Club Unlocked, which gives me 20% off new games, and my Reward Zone coupons, I picked up 5 games. One that's fairly recent, Ultra Street Fighter 4. This was the most expensive of the bunch, but even after everything, it was like $4. It was $19 or $20, so 20% off that, plus all the Reward Zone coupons I had. Absolutely, I've said it before in many videos, I love fighting games. I am not good at them. So I'm glad to get that. Up next, Starhawk. I played the single player when you could download it for free from PSN. I enjoyed it and everything, but it wasn't on my console. I didn't download it in time, so I'm glad to have it. I enjoyed the single player. I know this was meant to be more of a multiplayer game, but for what I paid for it, it ended up being $1.89 is what I paid for it after the clearance deal and my coupons and the Gamers Club Unlocked. Up next, really on an Insomniac kick lately with Sunset Overdrive. This is Fuse, which when you play Fuse, you start to realize that maybe Sunset Overdrive was what they were going for, but being that EA was publishing this, they wanted a more serious tone. One thing that did suck, it came to me like that, it was shipping. This was interesting. It came in 3 separate packages. This was in a legal-sized envelope. Everything else was in a something that fit it. This is the second time I've actually had this. This is Brutal Legend. They make no mention of the RTS stuff that's in the game, and I think that was EA telling Tim Schafer and Double Fine not to do that, but if you don't know anything about this game, it's Double Fine, it's Tim Schafer, Jack Black is the main character, Eddie Riggs, Rob Halford and Ozzy Osbourne and Lemmy voice characters in the game. It's pretty awesome. Peel some of the price tags off here and see how long they've been holding on to this. Alright, so the price goes from $49.99 to $29.99 to $19.99, and then on clearance this was also $4.99 like Starhawk, so it came out to $1.89. Last but not least, this is the newest game, and it's huge. They have a huge following for this in Germany. After reading some stuff about Gamescom that there were actually cosplayers for this game, I wanted to give it a try. It looks like something actually my girlfriend would enjoy more than me, but this is Farming Simulator. It has Best Buy bonus stuff. This entire stack of games ended up being, I think it was $9.89 or $11.89. I can't remember, but 5 new games to the collection for less than $12. I'm not going to complain about that. GameStop is also trying to blow out all of their previous generation stuff. So I went over there and picked up, they had 3 for $10 on used games, and actually been on a horror kick lately, so I picked up Clive Barker Jericho. The first one I ever had of this is interesting, would not play. No matter what 360 I put it into, it would not play at all. So I don't even know what it's like. I know it's sort of squad-based, and you have some standard first-person weapons and paranormal abilities as well. This was basically $3.33. Up next, I got Dead Space 3 when Microsoft was blowing it out on the Microsoft Store for $4. So I got Dead Space 2. I just need to get Dead Space 1 now. She gave me, I know from time to time, GameStop, when new stock becomes too old and they can't move it out, they move it over to the pre-owned bin. This was actually a brand new copy that she gave me because they had a ton of them, she said, and that's what they do. So I wasn't going to complain about that. She did the same thing for me with Ghost Recon Future Soldier. This is the Signature Edition. All the download codes are in here, but it said it was new, moved over to the used bin. I will see if the codes actually work. And then last but not least, I know this one isn't perfect, but From Software, I'm having a blast playing Ninja Blade, so I figured why not play their other ninja game. This is Tenchu Z. Really be awesome to have a Tenchu game come back. I loved Tenchu 1 and 2 on the PS1. I actually should track those down. And I didn't realize this until I got home as I attempt to peel off the sticker. This is a 360 exclusive, so I thought it was released on both platforms, but I'm really excited to play this. So those oh, there was one other thing I picked up in that lot as well when I was at GameStop. As I said, I've been on a horror kick, and this is a genuinely hard to find and getting to be very rare game, but this is The Calling. Only thing I know about it is it's intensely scary. I believe now with Kotaku, but from Giant Bomb, I believe Patrick Klepek is a big Calling fan. That's where I heard about it, I think. It looks intensely scary from the video I've seen of it, so I'm excited to play that. This lot was it was $10 for those three and whatever. I think I paid like $43, so it wasn't cheap, but The Calling itself was almost $30. So glad to add that to the collection. Glad to add all those to the collection. Went over to the thrift stores in town. Were pretty much picked over. Not all of them were picked over, I'll say that. There was one amazing find, but at the Salvation Army, picked up the big box PGA Tour 96. It was $1. Normally they charge $5, but I think they knew what they had. VR Soccer 96 was also $1, but to my surprise, when I opened it up, it had a copy of Ridge Racer in it. So for $1, I'm glad to get it. These big box games from the PS1 are getting tougher to find, and complete nonetheless. So that's pretty exciting. For $2, nothing to complain about there. I also got at the Salvation Army. You can laugh at this, but SpongeBob SquarePants Lights Camera Pants. Looking at the back, it looks like there's a bunch of games crammed in here, and you're making a SpongeBob movie, and it's 4 players, so maybe I can get my girlfriend to play it with me. It's complete and in great shape. This one was $3, so I spent $5 over there and got PGA Tour 96, VR Soccer 96, and Ridge Racer for $5. Pretty solid pickup. Then over to Home Goods, and normally they don't have anything for games, but this time they did. Ford Racing 2, I know, not a great game by any means, but it's a racing game I can get my dad to play as I drop it on the floor here. But it's a racing game I can get my dad to play. I think I have 3 PS2s. I can very easily hook one up and let him play. I believe there's a drag racing thing in here. This is basically a commercial for Ford cars, that's it. But for $3, whatever. Then there was Future Tactics, The Uprising. It says it's turn-based, but have more action-focused, so you're not bogged down managing every little stat. It's complete, and the spine is, like, really stiff, so I don't know if this didn't get played very much. It's in great shape. Yeah. The disc doesn't even look like it's been touched, so I have a feeling somebody bought this, thought they were getting something else. It does kind of look cartoony on the front, so maybe somebody got it for a kid, and the kid, it was too involved for them. Then last but not least, Cabela's Deer Hunt 2004 season. From everything I've read, this is the definitive Cabela's Deer Hunt game. I'm going to give it a try. I don't have it for Xbox. So yeah, for $3. There was $9 spent on those games. No big deal. Over to why can I not think of it right now? The Arc Upper Valley thrift store, and this one I'm going to set over at my parents'. It looks like a pretty decent kids game. It's got average reviews. I don't know anything about it, but it's Major Miners Majestic March. My niece and nephew this past Christmas had a blast playing Angry Birds and Mario Kart on the Wii. So I'm going to set this over there. It was $2. Doesn't look like anything special, and I can't really find anything about it online. So I believe it might be one of those rare games that's just not worth anything because no one cares. Over at St. Vincent's, they had Hot Shots Golf 4. I absolutely love Hot Shots Golf. In fact, my favorite golf game is Cyber Tiger, which is that cartoony Tiger Woods game back on the PS1. That's my favorite golf game from that generation, but this is my favorite golf game of all time, Pebble Beach Golf Links. It's very realistic. The battery is shot in this cart, so I play a round of this probably once a month. It's an amazing golf game. I have probably, over the course of my life, probably played close to 10,000 rounds of golf with this Pebble Beach Golf Links game. It was $1 when Premier Video here in Grand Forks went out of business. It's not complete, but I'm glad that I still have it. Still plays, I just can't save anything, so I have to play through an entire round. Then it was over to First National Pawn, who still has a buy 4 get 1 free sale going. Nothing incredible for the 4 that I bought, but the free game was amazing. So first up for the GameCube, Bomberman Jetters. I know this is it's a Bomberman game, and it's for the GameCube. Not particularly rare or valuable, but I know the Bomberman community goes nuts for these games. So I'm glad to get it. Also for the GameCube, Summoner Goddess Reborn. I don't think this is a direct sequel to the original Summoner. I think it's more of a retelling / director's cut kind of thing. The first Summoner was amazing. The Summoner 1 and 2 are amazing, and I don't know. I know Volition made the game, so hopefully they held on to the license and it went in the THQ fire sale. But I would love to see this make a comeback. Summoner 1 and 2 on the PS2 were some of the earliest games that I sunk a lot of time into on the PS2. I have not played this one, but if it's anything like Summoner 1, I'm not really worried about it. Then for the 360, as I said, I've been on a horror kick lately. Picked up Saw. It had 3 price tags on it. $12 was the most expensive. $6 was what I paid for it. This is actually a really good game. More of a cult following because it's not perfect by any means, but it's certainly scarier than Dying Light. I've been playing that lately, and it's not scary. It's just really fucking gross, and that it's the equivalent to saying that Hostel is the scariest movie ever made and you've never seen the original Halloween or Exorcist or Audition, or Saw for that matter. If you say that Hostel is the scariest movie ever made and you've never seen those movies, that's like saying Dying Light is a scary game. Not scary, just really gross. And the widescreen is fucking annoying. Done with talking about Dying Light. Then I picked up Wet. It's a silly action game with sort of a 70s B-movie vibe. Can't remember. Ruby Malone. She's ridiculously overpowered, sort of in the Devil May Cry, God of War thing. Now, you don't usually like those games. I do love Devil May Cry. Never liked God of War. But it's got sort of a grainy filter over it that you can shut off. You don't have to have that on when you play. But it's really over-the-top combat. A really fun game. Not a great game by any means, but a lot of fun. And I don't see it around there. I don't see it out there too often. Don't see it at Rock 30. I see it at the First National Pawn, but those are the only two places I've seen it in a long time. I did not see it at GameStop in their 3 for $10 sale. So I think wet is getting tougher to find. Maybe not rare, but just tougher to find. Then the free game. This is a masterpiece of a shooter. Cyanide. It was $3 is what they had on it, so it was obviously the lowest price game was free. But disc only, this will go for anywhere between $18 to $20, and complete in box, even with this damaged artwork, it'll still fetch up to $35. Also an Xbox exclusive. I obviously didn't have it. I played it, made the mistake of not buying it when our local Hollywood Video went out of business, which I kicked myself for not doing, but I got it for free, so I'm not too upset. This is a brilliant, brilliant shooter. If you have an Xbox, an original Xbox, and you like shooters, please hunt this down. It's amazing. One eBay pickup, I finally broke down and just said, to hell with it, I'm going to get this. Call of Cthulhu, The Dark Corners of Earth. This is an amazing game. It's buggy as hell, but it's an amazing game. It's a first person, and it's the one thing that would be tough for people now after Call of Duty. When you aimed at wherever you're pointing your gun, that's where you're going to shoot. There is no snap to target, so you have to be precise with where you're aiming. It has a sanity system similar to Eternal Darkness, and you have supernatural weapons, sci-fi weapons, and legitimate, regular, standard FPS rifle, shotgun, pistol, assault rifle, machine gun, etc. This is a brilliant, brilliant game. I did have to pay a lot for it. It was $35, but I wasn't going to pass it up this time. So that's all those. Over to Rock 30, and I picked up just 2 games. One that I didn't even know anything about. It's for the original Xbox. It's in a Kinect case, but it's complete in box. In really good shape. And it is Groove Riders Slot Car Thunder. It looks like a sort of a RC Pro-Am-y kart racer type game. The difficulty is similar to Mario Kart, where it's 50, 100, and 150 cc, I believe. This one instead, since it's RC cars, is 3, 6, and 9 volt, which is pretty cool. And I didn't know anything. I didn't even know anything about this game, and it was $3, so I don't have it for the original Xbox. So I'm glad to get it. Then I decided, breakdown, I'm going to get this while they have it. Monster Hunter for the PS2. I need to track down a manual for it, but it's Rock 30, so the game is in great shape. I just need to get a manual. All right, so that's that. But yesterday, Thursday afternoon, I went out and did some hunting. Didn't really find anything anywhere. Goodwill was my last stop, and I had an amazing find out there. Been having a reasonably good string of luck out at Goodwill lately, and for proof, I'm going to cover up the name for now. Let's see, does that pick it up? Yep, $4.99 is what I paid for this, and it is Fritz Chess, one of the toughest games to find for the Wii. Paid $4 for it, paid $5 for it. It routinely sells complete in box for anywhere between $40 to $50 on eBay. It's only going to go up. Deep Silver put this out in a very limited run in the United States, or Region 1, North America. They put it out in a very limited run. There's no definitive numbers I've heard. From everything I've read and looked at, it's anywhere from about 60,000 to 80,000 copies were put out in the wild. So to find this at a thrift store in Grand Forks is pretty amazing. Paid $5 for it. Like I said, the auctions will go anywhere between 40 to 50, 55, right around there. Video Game Price Charts has it at average sale price of $50 for auction complete in box. A loose copy itself will go for about $35 to $40, and a brand new copy is fetching upwards of $85 on Amazon right now. So like I said, not a lot to go around. Pretty amazing find. I'm glad I grabbed it up. This is the guys at Rock 30 literally knew nothing about it. I believe the Fritz series, I believe it was called Fritz and Chester in Germany, and it's got a huge following in Europe. But Deep Silver is a German company, so it makes sense that they have the publishing license. Looks like, yeah, Deep Silver developed and... Nope, they didn't. But yeah, Fritz Chess, a very, very hard Wii game to find. I'm ecstatic to have it in the collection. It's one of the rarer games I own. I would say for the Wii, it is probably the rarest game I own. I'm looking at my Wii collection. I do have the Operation Rainfall trilogy, Valhalla Knights, The Last Story, or is it Valhalla Knights, Pandora's Tower, and Xenoblade. Was it Pandora's Tower? I can't remember all but I have them all. I have all those. So yeah, but this is probably my rarest Wii game. I guess Xenoblade Chronicles is probably rarer than this. Maybe not rarer. There's probably more Xenoblade Chronicles copies that were put out, but tougher to find because everybody hung on to it. But this, Fritz Chess, rarest game I own for the Wii, for sure. Probably the most valuable game I own for the Wii. So that's it. Pretty massive week. Pretty amazing week. I am glad I found what I found. I added some stuff to my Xbox collection. Added a really tough game to find to the Wii, and got a handful of new old gen games. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thumbs up, comment, subscribe. I'll talk to you later.